All right, Brandon, let's take a look at your character in your fantasy environment real quick. So the first thing that jumped out at me was the legs right here. This guy has a massive thigh gap, and it makes me uncomfortable. It really does. So I would challenge you to go in with your grab tool and turn Symmetry X on. And you really need to come in and rework the mass of this crotch area. Look at it from a lot of different angles. In fact, you can get started with the grab tool, but you're going to probably need to get the bulge tool on this. Let's do a 0.5 strength. You just need to get those legs with a little bit more mass. I mean, he kind of looks bow-legged, doesn't he? In fact, you might have to do something kind of like this. Let's turn on our soft select with B. You may have to get in here and straighten out those legs. So we're getting these legs straightened out a little bit. And then what I would do is come in, kind of grab. Shoot, it's a little slow. And hold down Control and right click to vertices. And I still have my symmetry tool on. I'm going to grab my lasso tool now and just select the whole leg, grab any stray verts. And now with your soft select brush on, we can get those a little bit straighter. Look at that. Way better, right? And then we'll go in and refine the rest of the leg. So I would definitely do that for your legs right now. Just grab the sculpt tool. Yeah, your legs originally were no bueno. I probably should have used the bulge tool. It's a little more forgiving with building up shape without it getting too lumpy. But look how much better those legs look just from that little bit I did. Oh yeah, you're going to need to increase these feet size. And your heels are way too, your heels are kind of, I'm going to grow that selection since we have a soft select tool. Let's bring it down a little bit. I'm going to scale them in a little bit and bring them in. You had some weird looking heels a second ago. And to make the feet bigger, I'm just going to select that edge ring or that face loop. And with my soft select tool still on, let's grow it a little bit. I can just scale out those feet. And now my feet are in a better shape. So if this armor is all kind of leather and bendable, that's fine. The way you have this now is when you bend an arm down, when you rig it, the UVs are going to bend with this shoulder pad. Okay? So just so you know that. And the chest right here, it's too wide. So let's get our grab tool and let's bring our chest in. I think you got off a little bit on your base geometry here. Yeah. Sculpting's hard, man. Even if it's just kind of just some basic Maya sculpting like this. But we just have to be able to hit those silhouettes. Where is the armpit for this guy? Well, topologically speaking, it's like way out here. You know, and honestly, if the chest isn't going to be seen, then it looks like all you really need to have visible would be the hands. So you could literally come in. I don't know if you're going to keep the head. I would say, since you're having such a hard time with the face, just make a mask like the scorpion, um, and focus just on the eyes and the nose, like we talked about for the critique, and then everything else could just be deleted, right? But do a better job of that. But the only visible thing that you're going to have are going to be these hands, and then the legs down here will actually be part of your low poly as well. So go in and make those anatomy considerations, and then get your high poly to match your new anatomy. Definitely, if you don't do anything, make sure you shrink up the wings right here, pull them in like I did, and get your legs rotated the right way. Before it was like, and then straight down. He looked bow-legged. All right, so let's take a look at your fantasy level now. Ah, crap, you didn't make a build of it. All right, well, you didn't make a build. You just gave me your project asset. So I'm going to have to pause this and load up your project instead of just play the build. You're also using an incorrect version of Unity. I don't know if I can even open this. Select the version. There we go. Confirm. Downgrade it. Alright. So if I'm going to sit here and wait for it to open, you are too. I'm not even going to talk about anything either. We're just going to sit here and watch a bar. This is why I want the builds. They're smaller in file size, and they're easier for me to get in and critique things. So since you're using a different version of Unity, we have to re-import the whole project as well. I'll be right back. All right. So let's see what we got. Nothing really. Buildings. You have missing prefabs. All right. So I don't know what's going on with this scene. Prefabs are missing. All right. Well, I don't know what happened here. If you would have made a build of the scene, I go into File, Build Settings, Add Open Scenes, Build, and go to your desktop. Make a new folder. Call it Brandon or whatever, or actually call it, Fantasy Build. Select that folder. It would build out the game for you. And, might take you just a few minutes to sit and watch a bar. But it would ensure that whatever you see gets built and included into the build, and none of this missing prefab stuff. Also, here's a folder with a built scene. I unzipped it, and all I have to do to get into a level that's built is just click on the execute, hit play, and I'm inside of a scene. But yeah, that's why I have standards. If I had to rebuild and import everybody's project like that, it would be a very frustrating time. Plus, what you submitted wasn't even your level. I don't know. I can't critique this.